Hey y'all, welcome back to Cajun Country Living.
We have had beautiful sunshine after the chance of rain that we were potentially going to have. We decided that we're going to try to get out here and do these forms for the concrete.
It's dried up enough out here to where we can get everything put in place, and we have concrete scheduled for a few days, so we absolutely have to get this knocked out. Hey, I like that shirt you got on. Where'd you get that from?
Y'all stay tuned until later in the video and I'll give y'all all the details on the shirt and this week's sponsor, CRICUT.
Now for a quick recap on this slab for the shop, we have batter boards put in place, have all the height put in place for the supports for the containers. It's going to be into the slab. Now we got to build these forms. And truthfully, this is probably not going to be too hard for us because we're just going to be putting boards in a straight line. So how hard can that be?
You probably shouldn't say that. In order to figure out what height we needed to set our foreman boards, we had to get the transit back out. We still have the strings up that we put up last time that outline the perimeter of where the slab's gonna sit. So what we're gonna do is take that transit around and try to find the highest spot and then work down from there. Before we built our house, I did not know how much time had to go into actually forming these up. I mean, seriously, it is crazy how much little details you don't think about. I would have just assumed that like the concrete would level itself and that would be good to go, but that is just not the case.
There really is a lot of thought process that goes into the end result being a big gray rock out here in the middle of this pasture.
The whole entire point of trying to find the highest spot is because we can always build up dirt that goes underneath those lower spots.
So far going around the whole perimeter to this thing, it's not varied, but about 1/4 of an inch. So we're going to try to find the highest spot, like she said, to set our forming board starting from that point, because if we had to dig our forms down, that means our concrete would be thinner in that area. So we want at least the full width of the boards that we're going to be using.
Right, and in those low spots, we can go back in and fill around those. Those are no big deal. We would definitely rather have to bring in a little bit of dirt to fill up those low spots than try to dig out all the way around here, and that would just be a lot more work. Also, we worked really hard to get this place built up about 2 foot from the elevation all around it. So if we dig down, that would be also defeating the purpose of that. And I know I don't want to do that. Okay, taking bets right now. How many times do you think Lad's going to run her Jeep into the string?
All of them. Okay, so I got my really fancy mark here that marks the highest spot on the slab. Now I'm going to take Sir Beeps a lot and put it over here because I'm tired of hearing that already.
Think we should put one there? You need a hammer. As y'all know, we are using our favorite product, store-bought lumber, which means that it comes with lots of nooks and crannies that it's not supposed to have.
They definitely try to get every dollar out of those trees.
And sadly, it was our dollar.
So the way we're laying these things is we're laying the best looking side of the board down. So when we put the scab piece on the top, the rougher edge of the board will be away from the slab. That way we'll get the smoothest edge that we could possibly get on the slab. So this nice smooth edge is much better than that, whatever that is. Yeah, they got to us on this one. Look, they sold us the whole board and we didn't even get the corner of it. These boards are pretty much lined up end to end and touching, so we have a pretty close reference, but we're going to let the board run random here so we don't have to get it perfect. Lined up with this string is about 21 inches, so I'm going to cut it 27 inches.
So now we got to start cutting these scabs, and we totaled it up to be 14. We went ahead and laid out 2 of these sides, and we need 7. So 7 plus 7, 14 scabs. We are going to cut them about 2 foot to give them lots of support. So now we're just going to go through and hopefully whip these out pretty quick.
Hey, what's up with the wardrobe change?
Forgot that we lived in Louisiana. After going to Summer's wedding, I think my body got a little bit acclimated back to my northern roots.
You rock my world, baby. You rock my world like no one else. You make it spin and twirl, baby. You rattle my chain.
And now it's time to do it.
That's how you rock it, baby.
So essentially, all we just spent all this time doing, like one long board.
Shame you can't buy 80-foot board or 50-foot board or even 40-foot board. Maybe you can. I don't know.
And I can see some straight out there. This morning, I'm going to start off by showing y'all exactly the process of our merchandise. I know that's a side of our business that we typically don't show, but I thought y'all might find it a little bit interesting that these two hands right here are going to be what's making the merchandise for our next drop. And to make all that possible, we're going to be talking about today's sponsor, CRICUT. As y'all know, we have invented the word Judas. So with that comes a definition that we decided we put on the back of one of Jim's shirts just to be kind of funny, and y'all have absolutely loved this shirt. So I went ahead and decided we put some on our website since y'all have asked for this. It is going to be limited edition, but today we are going to be going through and actually making these shirts. So the shirts that y'all are going to see on the website are actually going to be shirts that I made today. Starting this morning, turning on our CRICUT machine, I wanted to give you all a little bit of information real quick on what the CRICUT machine actually is. So CRICUT makes smart cutting machines that work with an easy-to-use app to help design and personalize almost anything. You can design custom cards, you can design unique apparel, everyday items, and so much more. So the first thing that I have to do is figure out the design and exactly how I want the shirt to lay out. Now I do know that I wanted to put the patch on the sleeve, a design on the front, and then obviously the definition on the back. But to figure out all those things, all I had to do was go to the very, very easy to use and user-friendly app, Design Space for CRICUT. CRICUT requires no design experience, and it's a very learn as you make it and learn as you go. Also, the CRICUT Design Space is actually a free software. So as y'all can see, this is exceptionally user-friendly. So here is the shirt design for the front. All made straight off my phone. So there's only 3 simple steps that you're gonna have to follow whenever you're using your CRICUT. So the first step is gonna be to create the design in Design Space. Check. The step 2 is gonna be to cut with the CRICUT machine. One of my favorite things about this is the Bluetooth accessibility. This is absolutely a game changer whenever it comes to these things. I know me personally having a MacBook and having a phone, you don't have to worry about any type of cords besides actually plugging your machine into the wall. But besides that, everything is going to be working via Bluetooth. Once you have your design exactly how you want it, and the size, as you can see, mine's going to be 6 inches by 2.8 inches, I'm going to go ahead and click Make It. And since I am going to be doing this on a shirt, I'm going to click Mirror. And as you can see, these are all the different materials that you can use whenever you're doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and click Smart Iron On. And lastly, all I got to do is press go. The CRICUT is definitely affordable and worth the investment. Like I said, today I am just making 25 shirts, plus I'll have the machine for many more years and for many more products that I see coming up in the future. The CRICUT materials are high in quality and designed to cut perfectly with CRICUT machines. Not only are we talking about the machine, y'all, but also every single item and tool that comes with it. So from the vinyl to the cardstock to the cutting tools, even to the weeding tools and the mat, everything is just prime material. And step 3 is going to be assembling the final product. I did already put the CCL on the sleeve the other night. That way I didn't have to do so much work today, but it was exactly the same process and super simple. Do you own a Hooters? I got a little bit of work ahead of me, I do still need to put the back on these shirts, and I am going to show you all the final product. But y'all make sure to head down to the link in the description and check out CRICUT. This is definitely a great gift or a great creative outlet for anybody. So y'all make sure to head down to the description and check them out. Alrighty, on to the next 24.
Get your fresh battery. There you go. You're welcome, bud. Here, can Daddy see that pencil, please? Okay, thank you. Are we ready to go to work? Okay, you got all your stuff? You got your screws? All right, you got the bit that you need? All right, did you drink a bunch of water this morning? Eat a hearty breakfast? All right, you ready to get this done? We're gonna get this done.
Last night we got out here and went ahead and stood 2 of these sides up because we had so much area to run. Overall, we have 260 foot that we needed to stand these boards up and level them and do all the things to them. So we knew that we needed to get out here and at least knock some of this out last night. So we went ahead and did the 2 sides.
You look really pretty with that wind blowing your hair.
Do what?
You look really pretty with the wind blowing your hair.
I'm trying to hide behind you so the wind will stop getting.
I don't know why the wind doesn't blow my hair like that. I don't know. These are the questions.
So we have 2 more sides that we need to get done this morning, and then we're going to start, I guess, backfilling.
Oh yeah, so the manual backhoe business is going to start here in a minute. And isn't that going to be fun? You know, y'all should all just come out here, grab you a shovel. We could make a party out of it. I'll barbecue. It could be like a hands-on episode. That would be great. Everybody gets 1 shovel full of dirt.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
No, especially with good food. Here we got the south side of this slab, and you can see we have the grade pins in, got it all held in place. It's all perfectly level. We checked it all with the transit. And just so you can see, this is how we set up our batter boards. Come check this out. This is why we stretch the strings up on these batter boards and find this absolute corner, because this is the intersection right now of like plumb and nearly. Plumb, square, and nearly built. We're going to be starting on this section this morning, and all we have to do, we already have these form boards built and all made them one section. So we should just have to roll it straight up, put it at the right elevation, put the stakes in, and screw this corner into it.
So on the other side that y'all can't see, we are lining the board where it's just touching the string that we had set up.
There's about 1,000,006 ways to do this, but the way we have our strings pulled, they're actually a little below where the top of the board's gonna go. So we're starting in the middle, that way we can pull the board into the string and touch it. That way the other 2 ends are back away from the string, so we can work it towards the string and we won't have the other board like pushing on the string and messing us all up.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. Before you tap anything in, make sure that the string is not touching somewhere else.
Oh yeah, you get all the way done and then you look and we realize we had the string pushed over a 1/2 inch or something.
We have all but like 2 foot of this up, right?
Kind of, sort of. We have a couple more stakes to put in, but we left this back corner not all the way put together because we have to tie it in, and we wanted to make sure that we cut it the right length. We didn't want to guess at it and then have to fight it when it came time to put it in.
Now, could we have measured it from the get-go?
Probably so, absolutely, yeah.
But is that something that we would have done?
Do we think that far ahead?
No.
Probably not.
Nope. Okay, so now we just have to cut this corner, then we have to put the stakes in around there, and then I think y'all, we'll be done with the foreman boards. Whenever the concrete does come, we will come out here that morning and just make sure that everything is still leveled, is still perfect how we need it. But for now, we are just gonna let it sit, and we still do need to fill in around these places with dirt. And lucky for us, just a joy, y'all, guess what is in the shop right this second? Let me first ask you this. How many tractors do we have?
3.
How many can we use today?
It depends on the use. Like if you wanted to take a casual break and sit on them and let the breeze blow through your hair, you could use all 3 of them. But for actual farm use,
No.
you probably can't use any of them right now.
Something's going on with the blue tractor that we typically run with the fuel filter, so Jim needs to clean that out. But we don't really have time to do that today, so.
Yeah. Anybody that's bored and wants to come change the fuel filters on our tractor, I mean, we're available at night. I'll hold this flashlight, no problem.
Take everything we got, give it an honest shot, turning it on and off, we've been sliding, riding the highest dream, keeping the fire real, I call for you, hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for fun, with a light your fire, I've been flying up the ceiling, taken by this feeling, maybe we're invisible at last, fueling every.
A form is officially up off the ground.
It's like a big sandbox.
I bet Lad wishes it would be a big sandbox.
Let's cut to the chase. We're gonna beat this maze. Let's go deeper. I wanna reach it all. Taking a leap or fall. I'll get to you. Hold your gun. Cut the wire. Aim for fun. With a light your fire. I've been flying up the ceiling. Taken by this feeling. Maybe we're invincible at last. Fueling every engine. Power is descending. Maybe we're invincible. Hold your gun. Cut the wire.
I bet we're gonna be out here all night.
With a light your fire.
Oh, I hope not, but it's looking that way.
Taken by this feeling. Maybe we're invincible. I've been flying off the ceiling. And maybe we're invisible. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim for desire. Hold your gun, cut the wire, aim